So I think it's safe to say, since this is going to be my Christmas tutorial, that we should do full coverage. Normally we go back to Kansas for Christmas, so we do our Christmas here. Like for instance, we're doing it tomorrow. We open up our presents, have like a nice dinner, like maybe we'll go out to eat, like something like that. And then when we go back for Christmas, we're usually at Frank's parents' house, because my aunt works on Christmas and Christmas Eve. Like she's done that ever since I was little. So we usually have Christmas with her after Christmas, but I would think majority of people do their Christmas on Christmas maybe. And so we want this makeup to look good all day. And I know I know families with kids, like our family has kids, so everybody's up at like 7 a.m. and yeah, you're probably not trying to do like a full beat at 7 o'clock in the morning, but in case you are, I figured we could do a full coverage makeup look that will last all day. So let's go ahead and I'm gonna prep my skin. So I'm gonna be using the Clinique Moisture Surge Spray. I'm all out of my Smashbox primer water, so I'm using this. And I want some, since the foundation I'm going to be using is matte, I want to add like a little bit of like luminosity to my skin. So I'm going to be using, well, let's use that, but let's use this. I'm going to use the Becca Backlight Primer. So I do about 2 pumps of that, warming up in my hands, and just swirl everywhere. I feel like that's not enough primer for my skin. Like we'll do 1 more pump. Maybe that will help. There, 1 more pump helped. Just gonna let that sink into my skin. So for the full coverage foundation, I'm gonna be using the Maybelline 24 Hour foundation. I have 2 shades right here. This one matches my face and this one matches my body. Like this tan from the summertime, from me floating in the pool like every other day, has really paid off, because this tan has literally stayed. Like it's faded a lot, but like it's like holding on for dear life, and I am not mad at it. So this one matches my body, but this one matches my face. So I figured I would just do 1 pump of this, 1 pump of this, see where it goes. So I have the shade 220 Natural Beige, so I'm just gonna do okay, I'm gonna do 2 pumps of this one and then 1 pump of the light one. And then this one's in the shade 112 Natural Ivory, but to me this looks like it's not like neutral. To me it looks like there's a little bit of pink in it. And I like neutral toned foundation, but what is? So this is what it looks like. Close enough, right? Then I'm just gonna be blending that in with my L'Oreal sponge, which is like, I think it's donezo after this tutorial. Look. I love this sponge. So I think I'm gonna have to throw it in the trash after today's video. Thank God it's affordable. Well, I think that was a pretty good color match. This pimple right here that is like, it's hanging on for dear life too. It's not going anywhere. I've been putting like my favorite like pimple cream on it every night and it's still staying. So I'm just gonna add some more on my neck. Then I have a little bit left, so I'm just gonna take the rest of it and just kind of put it like in the areas that I need. I feel like I could have gone even, I probably could have just used the Natural Beige to be honest, but oh well. So I'm gonna go in first with my Becca Under Eye Brightening Corrector, just a smidge. And I think it's about time I clean up my desk again because I can't find stuff. So I'm just using this Morphe M173. And I like to place the majority of it like in the corner because that's where it's the darkest, and then I just kind of like blend it out. But like, I feel like you have to like really blend this out in the corner or it cakes and it doesn't look good. Then for concealer, I haven't used this in a while, so I figured we can use it now. This is the Lancome. I don't know why I always say Lancome, because in my heart, I really want to say Lancome. This is the waterproof, long-lasting under-eye concealer in the shade Ivory. It's in this little tube right here. I'm gonna put some on the back of my hand, and I like to apply it first with my ring finger. I cannot forget to cream contour. I can't, because I know I'll forget. And down my nose. And then I'm just going to use my Morphe E45 just to blend that in. This concealer does dry like kind of quickly, so I forgot about that when I was applying it, but I would definitely do sections first. But I feel like it didn't dry super quickly when I first got it, but because I have had it for a little bit, the product itself just kind of dried out, which isn't bad because it still looks good. It's just, it does like kind of dry out. So then I'm just going to use my sponge to do the center. And then I like to go over just the edges just to make sure the concealer is blended nicely into my foundation. And then I go back and press some more in. Okay, so to cream contour, I have a couple of options, but I think I'm just gonna use, let's use this because I'm trying to use it up. They don't even make this anymore. This is the ColourPop sculpting stick in the shade New Renaissance. So I'm just gonna use this today. And I mean, I sometimes cream contour my cheeks and my forehead, but not all the time. It just depends like on my mood. So normally if I'm going to like not set my foundation, I'm going to use like a cream bronzer, cream blush, cream highlighter, like blah, blah, blah. Then I'll like cream contour, but I'm going to use powders today. So I'm just going to skip that part and then just kind of use like my bronzer as contour. So I'm using a Artis Oval 3 brush right now just to blend all that in. Then I go over it with a sponge. And then I just go back and like put those lines back if I feel like I blended like too much away with the sponge. I just kind of go back over it with this. And then since I feel like I need some extra lightness, I go in with the ColourPop sculpting stick in the shade, I think it's called like Relive or Revive, the name already worn off, so. And then I just blend that in. And then I kind of go over right here. So let's do, normally I would do powder and then brows, but I think let's do brows and then we'll do powder. So for brows, I'm using my Anastasia Dip Brow, which I'm also trying to use up. Gross, I've had this ever since it first came out. Nasty, it's in the shade Blonde. And I feel like I always like say like step by step like how I do my brows. So I'm just going to fast forward this part. Well, I'm going to leave it in the video, but I'm not going to talk. I'm just going to fast it. And then I'm going to go in with this ColourPop eyebrow pencil. I'm not sure what the shade is, but it's kind of like a, if I had to guess, it was like a medium brown shade. And I just like to use this for the tail. And then in with the, I'm going to use this one last time and then I'm going to get rid of it. This is the NYX Tinted Brow Mascara in the shade Blonde. I've also had this forever. So I'm gonna use this one last time and then get rid of it. So I let that dry, and then when that dries down, then I go in and set my brows, and for that I use the Model in a Bottle long-lasting eyebrow sealer, which I've also had for a really long time, and I should probably throw out. And I've been holding on to my empties. I've never done like an empties video before, so I'm gonna do that. So I've been making like a huge effort on trying to keep all my empties or stuff that needs to like go, you know? So for a full coverage, long lasting look, I have two powders that I really like. I have the Coty Airspun powder. That's like my #1. It never fails. And then I also have this Lancome translucent loose powder. So I'm going to use this today because I'm just trying to like use up stuff that I know I've had for a while. And this is one of those. So I just like to put it in the cap. And this is like my new favorite brush to use. So I think I got it at Marshall's, but I bet you could find it at either like TJ Maxx, Marshalls, or Ross, but I really like it as a powder brush. So I'm just gonna use that to set my foundation. I feel like I need to like shave my cheek area or something, because I feel like the last couple of times I've done like my bronzer, it looks really choppy right here and I don't know why. So I feel like I need to shave that area. Normally I just shave like around here. Like it's not bad, but it's bad enough to where if I wear like too much makeup, you can see it. So to set my under eyes, I'm trying to use up this too. This is the e.l.f. Actually, I'm not gonna use it. I'm using this. This is the Laura Mercier Secret Brightening Powder. I don't really like this stuff. I feel like it's like something that I wouldn't repurchase, and I still have a lot left. So I'm just gonna go back in with my concealer brush, make sure there's no creases. And I'm using the Morphe M536. I highly recommend this for like under eyes. I think it'd be really good to buff out concealer too. I just haven't tried it for that yet. And then I'm gonna use a little bit of it for my chin, just to brighten that up. And then I'm gonna use the KKW Beauty like dual-ended brush that came with the concealer. And I just like to grab a little bit of this, tap it off, and then press it in the inner corner because I feel like that Morphe brush is too big to fit in there. So I just like to use this for that. And that's it so far. Brows are probably dry, so let's go ahead and set them with the Model in a Bottle. I feel like with my eye look today, I should have done my eyes first. Knock on wood, everything works out. Oh goodness. So for bronzer, so I'm going to be using this NYC bronzing powder in the shade Sunny. This is like one of few like actual like warm bronzers that I like, and I'm using my Morphe E3. I do plan on wearing my bangs down, but I'm just gonna brush a little bit of this on my forehead. And I think I want some more bronzer, so I'm gonna add some more. And then I'm gonna take this brush, I like it to contour my nose with. This is the Luxie 207 medium angled shading brush. And I'm just gonna put some of that powder, just a little bit. And then sometimes I just take like a clean blending brush and I just kind of like blend out that nose powder. So for blush, I just want something that's like neutral. Pink would be pretty, but I want like a neutral. So I'm using this Ulta brand blush in the shade Princess. I mean, it looks like there's like a little bit of like sparklies in it, but if you can see, it's just kind of like a normal everyday shade. And I'm using my Morphe E4. And the eyes are gonna be pretty intense, so I'm not gonna apply too much blush like I normally would. Okay, I lied. I love blush. But I would normally apply like way more than this, but because the eyes are gonna be, I'm gonna stop right there. Then for highlighter, I feel like this is just like a Christmas highlighter. When I think Christmas highlighter, I think of this for some reason. This is the Kylie Snow Angel highlighter. And I don't know why, I just feel like it's Christmassy to me. So I'm gonna be using this. There is glitter in it, so if you didn't want glitter in your highlighter, you probably wouldn't like this if you didn't like it. But I think it's really pretty, and like I said, I don't know why, but it's just, to me, it's like Christmassy looking. I'm gonna add a little bit right here. And I'm gonna switch brushes to my Sigma inner corner brush, I think. Yes. And use this for my nose. And then I'll just take my brush that I used to put that bronzer powder and I just kind of go on the sides. Okay. We're gonna start on eyes. I'm kind of scared. So first I'm gonna start off with the Kat Von D Shade and Light Eye Palette, and I'm gonna be using this shade right here, just for like an all over lid shade. And I'm using this Morphe M504, which I think people use for highlight, huh? And like I said, I'm just gonna put that all over the lid. Okay, then I'm gonna go in with this peachy shade, and that's gonna be my transition shade. Same brush. I'm gonna kind of build this up. Next, I'm gonna go in with this brush right here. This came in a Profusion palette, and I really like it. It's a dual-ended brush, so you have like a shader brush, kind of like a MAC 242, and then a blending brush on the other side. So I'm gonna take the blending brush, and I'm gonna dip into this kind of like rusty red shade. I'm gonna apply that into the crease, but lower. I'm gonna go back in with that M504 and just blend that out some more. That rhymed. Okay, so now I thought of this makeup look in my head, so I hope it turns out good or I'm gonna be really sad. So I'm gonna be taking this Sugar Pill palette right here. They have some of the best, probably the best colored eyeshadows that I've ever used. They aren't patchy, they blend really nice. This is what they look like. So I'm gonna be taking this red shade right here, and it's called Love Plus. Pray for me. And I'm gonna take my Sigma E40, and I'm literally gonna apply this all over the lid and in the crease, because we're gonna be doing a cut crease. So I want this everywhere. But the point of like putting down those Kat Von D shades is because I just wanted to have kind of like a base for this red eyeshadow, to make it like pop more, I guess. I don't know, it makes sense in my head. So I'm just going to continue to build this up. I might actually have to mix this red shade with that Kat Von D shade, because I feel like this is kind of pulling like a little pink. And I am going to be bringing this to the outer and inner. I'm just going to switch brushes to do the inner part. So I'm going to do the same on this eye, and then like I said, I'll probably have to switch and get into that original Kat Von D kind of red shade that we put in, just to make sure that this is red and not pink. Okay, so now I'm gonna get back into this and take that kind of red shade, and I'm just gonna put this directly on top. I think I'm gonna put some more of the Sugar Pill shade in there. Oh, I wish it was like a little bit redder, but yeah. Now I'm gonna take this. Okay, so you know those pictures of like the Morphe brushes where they show like they're like the hairs are coming out? I've only used this twice and it's doing that. This is the Morphe M139, which sucks because it's tapered and I like to use it to blend. But like, yeah. So I'm just gonna blend here first. Now I'm gonna take some of the red, tap it off, and just kind of place it in here. I just want to make sure when we do the cut crease, we have enough color on the inner part. And then I'm going to go back in with the red shade from the Kat Von D palette and place it on top. I think that looks okay. We can always go back in and touch it up. Okay, so for the fun part, I'm going to be using the Stila Vivid Jade Shimmer and Glow Liquid Eyeshadow, and I'm going to be using this to do a green cut crease. But first, this is like my favorite thing to use for cut creases. This is the P. Louise base in the shade 02. I think there's like multiple shades. So I'm just going to apply some of this on the back of my hand and my MAC 242. I really need to buy another one of these because this is like my favorite brush for this type of thing. So I'm just going to do, I think I'm just going to do a half cut crease, but we'll see how it goes. I feel like I can never tell if they're even. I need to bring, I'm gonna get a little bit more of that P. Louise base because you can see it kind of like turned a little bit pink. I'm just gonna get some more and then I'm gonna raise this side up some more. So yeah, we're definitely gonna have to go in and like deepen up the outer corner and stuff, but here's for the fun part. I'm just gonna put this everywhere I put that base. I've only used these like once, so I feel like it's not sticking. Yeah, like I feel like you could still see through it. Like maybe these don't go over well on top of that P. Louise thing and maybe they need to go by themselves because I feel like when I swatched it on my hand it was just fine. So I'm gonna try to apply some more. not really working how I wanted it to. I don't really know what to do. I'm gonna take this BH Cosmetics Take Me to Brazil palette, and I guess I'm just gonna go in with this green shade right here and maybe a little bit of that one and apply that on top of that because it's just not sticking. So maybe if I apply that on top and then go back in with the Stila liquid glitter, it will help. Really hope this isn't gonna mess it up. Like, I feel like I should have done this first, like set, yeah, because it just like covered up that glitter. I feel like I should have definitely did this first and then put the glitter on top. So at least I know that now for next time. I'm gonna go back in with the Stila glitter. Hopefully this helps. It worked. So just make sure to do like the other way around. So put the base, put the green eyeshadow, and then put the Stila thing on there. So I'm just gonna kind of like keep my eyes down so it can dry. I feel like I need some glitter right there or something. Like, I feel like I should take some glitter and like line that, but I don't know if I have. Like, I'm gonna see if I have a gold. So I found these two guys, so we'll see how that goes. This one might be tried out, and I don't know. So we have this Revlon Photo Ready Eye Art in the shade Gold Glitz. So I'm gonna mix a little bit of Gold Glitz and then this e.l.f. Let's see if this is dried out. No, it's not. So I'm gonna take a little bit of this e.l.f. copper eyeliner, but I'm gonna mix them both on the back of my hand because that one's copper and I want the sparkles, and this is like straight gold. So I'm just gonna apply the gold on the back of my hand like that, and then I don't even care if I like, well, yeah, I do care. So I'm just gonna put the glitter here, and then I'll just get an eyeliner brush and mix them all together. Hopefully this brush doesn't suck. This is the Real Techniques fine liner brush. It's tiny. So I'm gonna swirl the glitter together with that gold, and the gold just kind of like took over the glitter, so that didn't work as planned. Ooh, I don't know how people do detailed work like that because I don't have a steady hand. And I literally stopped breathing the entire time I was doing that. So now I'm going to take the e.l.f. copper glitter liner and just go right on top of that. Is this pretty? I hope so. So now I'm just gonna kind of like deepen up this area here. So I'm gonna try the red shade from the Take Me Back to Brazil palette. There is like a red in there. I hope that doesn't mess up my eyeshadow look. So I'm just gonna use this. I can't find my Sigma brush that looks like this. This is a Morphe G13, and I'm just going to like pack that on the outer corner. But I might have to get a darker shade. Like, I think I'm gonna have to use like I don't know, almost like a brown maybe. Let's take the Kat Von D palette. I'm gonna take this brown right here. And I need to use a smaller brush, I think. So I'm gonna try this. This is the Morphe E17. And I'm gonna mix that brown shade with that kind of like reddy brown shade. Hopefully this will help. And I'm just gonna try to blend that green in just a little bit more to the red part. And then I'm gonna go back to the red and the Sugar Pill palette and pat over that line again. Same brush. I really hope this looks okay because I think it does. Like, I think it looks really pretty, and I feel like it's totally different from anything that I've done on my channel, and just like something totally different for Christmas. So I think I'm gonna leave it like that. And then we need to start on the lower lash line. So the lower lash line is the thing that I don't know what to do. Because I feel like if I put red on the lower lash line, it's gonna look like I have like bloodshot eyes, but then I don't know what else I would put down there if I did not put a red. I guess I'm just gonna go in with a red. Or let's start off with the reddy brown shade from the Kat Von D palette. Let's do that first, and then maybe like smoke it out with the actual red shade. So I'm just taking a pencil brush and I'm gonna put this all across my lower lash line. Okay, so that doesn't look bad. I could probably just do that, but now I'm gonna go in with the red shade from the Sugar Pill palette and just put that on top of that. Okay, cool. I wasn't sure how I was gonna feel with a red lower lash line, but I don't think it looks bad. I thought it would make my eyes look really bloodshot, but I think it looks just fine. So I feel like this eye look looks super like intricate and that it would take a really long time, but it really didn't. Like, I feel like it looks like it took more effort than it did. Does that make sense? So to highlight my inner corner and my brow bone, I'm gonna take the Kylie highlighter again in the shade Snow Angel. I'm just gonna take this little Luxie 142 mini round and apply that in my inner corner. Because it's kind of like gold, pink, and silver reflex, I feel like it'll just kind of go with everything. I'm giving myself a super bright inner corner. And then just gonna lightly dust this up there because we have that glitter up there, so we don't really need a super banging brow highlight. I need to put some more of that red there because my brow highlight just got rid of a little bit of it, so I'm just gonna put a smidge back. Oh my god, I can't believe I did it! I can't believe I thought of it in my head and did it and it worked out. Now I need, dang, I think I just broke my nail. I feel like I need something in the waterline, but I don't know what. Should I just skip that part? Like, I don't know. Let's just add matte Costa Riche because it's my go-to. So I'm just gonna add just a little bit of that in the waterline just so it's not blank. There, and it's kind of like a reddish brown anyway, so it kind of works. Okay, so for lips, I'm gonna be using the Fenty Beauty Uncensored liquid lipstick. So first I'm gonna line my lips with the Lancome lip liner in the shade Caprice. I feel like my mouth is like lopsided. And I feel like this eyeshadow, like, the Stila green one like didn't dry. Like I feel like it's not creasing, but I feel like I can still feel it. But lip liner like didn't even help. So I'm gonna go ahead and set my face, and then I'm gonna run upstairs and put my bangs down, and then I will be back. So I'm gonna use my MAC Fix Plus. This just really helps like it helps like melt the powders into my skin. And then to set my face, I'm using the Physicians Formula Insta Ready. And then when I come back, I'm gonna put my lower lash mascara on. So what do you guys think? I need to put on some lower lash mascara, so I'm just using my Lash Accelerator from Rimmel. And that's it. This is probably the first time you guys have ever seen me wear like a necklace. And can I just tell you, this Forever 21 jacket does not stretch. Anyways, so this is the final look. I hope you guys enjoyed this Christmas makeup tutorial. Please don't forget to tag me if you do recreate it. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful Christmas, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.